Fine. So this video is going to be recorded and it will be shared across YouTube. You have to subscribe to RTL online training. You have to subscribe to this channel, RTL online trainings. Then you can watch it from the. So this video will not be shared across your Gmail IDs. Directly you can watch it from the YouTube, because this is for previous batches also. It's very difficult for us to remember all the email IDs and send it to everyone, right? That. Fine. One second. So now the today concept is how to prepare a resume for Oracle applications, techno-functional. Then interview preparation. Yes. Again, next weekend also we'll have. Every week we are going to have 1 hour or 1.5 hour discussion about the resumes and interview point of view. And okay, so we are going to apply this as an let's say 3 years of experience. And any doubts you have, please enter in chat window. Okay, so that I'll respond. Okay. Fine. So I'll just show you one sample resume. Just 1 second. I'm going to pause it. Sorry. Fine, guys. I hope you are able to watch my screen and you are able to hear me clearly. Fine. So now what I'm trying to do is here, I'm going for explain you one sample resume here. Open this. So let's say you are applying with 3 years of experience, right? 3 years of experience. Then 3 projects are required. Each year, one project. Each year, one project, we can specify it. So here we can say 2 implementation projects we are going to mention here. And one is customization and post-production support. Or simply we can say support also. So that's total 3 years. So your profile is suitable for an implementation requirement as well as for the customization as well as for the support. Okay. So you have to say that recent project is an implementation and customization project. How will you find who are the clients? Oracle application clients. Better just go to Google. Right. In Google, you can go for Oracle applications profiles. Right. Oracle applications resumes. Now, if I open this Oracle applications profile here, now I can see that this guy is from some other country, Galandale, some, right, and 7 years of experience. And same description you can mention in our resume also. Having 3 years of extensive experience in Oracle application, RISE components, PLSQL, stored procedure, SQL loader, SQL plus, AIM methodology, AIM documents, application object library. Okay. Application object library means system administrator and application developer. This and TCA architecture. SDLC is a common for IT industry. Everybody knows the software development life cycle. They won't expect in depth of that. They may ask you what is SDLC, what are different stages. Okay. Yeah. SDLC you can go for just Google and search it. SDLC cycle. Software development cycle, how it looks like. When I go for one image also, I can see that here, right? What's development? Planning, development, testing, building, designing, defining. Like this, some you can go through it, right? And you are comfortable with PLSQL. Forms we are not working, right? So we are going to say that OAF forms, customization, personalization and development, this all we are going for it, right? And reports 10G we are using, and forms, sorry, XML BA publisher, both we are using, and we will be working with the Linux platform and as well as the Windows. We don't find much difference Linux because you will be connecting to the server through WinSCP3. These tools you will be connecting, right? And the skill set and all common. Like here you can see the other things, like here they are not mentioned client names. Okay, so client names you can find it, it's later. So client names you ask the Naresh, I'll share it to them because we cannot show it in the public. Whatever the client names you want to put it, I'll give the details to Naresh. Take each one 3 projects you can take it. Let's say for example iOmega is there. We'll just mention that iOmega. So what you have to do, once Naresh give the client name, then you have to go there and search what is iOmega. iOmega is basically a manufacturing company, watches, best manufacturing in Europe countries. Like Sony, how we use your Tata watches, drives and all this, right? Okay. So iOmega will support for all this type of products, not only watches and zip drives and pen, all everything it is. Right. So like we use Lenovo and there it is famous, iOmega. So iOmega is doing, yes, iOmega is doing some business in Europe countries. They might be having 100 or 150 branches. Okay. So they are selling the goods to the customers. They are raising the bills to the customer. They are maintaining customers' data and they're purchasing. If they want to manufacture, definitely they have to buy the material, either raw material or manufactured material. This are. So these all things they wanted to maintain in the ERP software. So the software is used to maintain their business transactions, day-to-day transaction. If you don't maintain the data in a proper manner, it's very difficult to understand after some time. Okay. So if you don't write your, for example, in personal life, if you don't write day-to-day transactions, means expenditure and income, after some time it's for you, it is difficult. For example, your monthly income is 50,000 and 10,000 or 20,000 is expenditure. Generally, we don't worry about. But it is up to 40, 42 is there. Definitely, you will note it down and you will try to analyze which one is additional expenditure, unnecessary, I'm putting it here. Like this, there will be a planning. That is a personal life, what I'm explaining. This is business. Business always required analysis. Otherwise, someday you will fall down. So that's the reason they are using the software. So iOmega is one of the manufacturing company in electronical goods, and they are selling it to the clients. And to maintain their business transactions, they are into Oracle applications. They are using Oracle App software. Okay. So if you go to Lenovo showroom or Lenovo servicing center, and if you buy one mobile, what they'll do, they'll say, okay, pay the money 11,000 rupees, and they'll enter the details. That invoice they will be raising. That's called P2P cycle and order to cash cycle. They are selling the goods to the customer and collecting the cash or check or credit card from the customer. The details they are going to enter. So that they'll store it in the database. Okay. So whenever you are putting your resume, 3 projects, let's say 3 or 4 years, 4 projects. If it is 4 years, 4 projects. Generally 6 months also will be their projects, but we can say 3 projects are enough. 1 year each project. That we have to specify. Now, when I go for resume, specify your name, Oracle applications, techno-functional consultant we can mention. And with finance and SEM. You are suitable for both finance as well as supply chain management. Because we know in financial 3 modules, AP module, AR module and GL module. Mainly 5 modules are there. AP, AR, GL, fixed assets and cash management. Cash management is very simple. We discussed already. Debit and credit, right? Supply chain management. Supply chain management means mainly 3 modules. No, order management, purchasing. No, supply chain management means OM, purchasing, inventory. AR means it comes financials. Supply chain management, how you are supplying the materials from your supplier to your customer.
Finance is something that every company has to deal with. So we can put it as general. When it comes to supply chain management, it deals with sales. So
sales and procurement.
Yeah. So what kind of companies need to be
procure? Yes, I'll tell you. For example, ICICI Bank is there. Their business is banking services, only accounting track. They won't sell any goods to the customers. They'll just collect the money and pay the money. And every day, day to day, their business is payment. But still, even their business is financial. They have some 8,000 employees in the branches. When an employee required something, maybe he wants some service or support. Maybe his printer is not working. He cannot go to the manager and ask, my printer is not working, can you get one mechanic? That is a manual. That is a manual. Little bit is write a letter to manager. In MS Word, you will write a request letter. Now this is my employee ID and I'm working in department. Please provide the service to my printer. That is a little bit computerized. I wanted to have digitalization. It comes to the purchasing module. In purchasing module, that's called first document is a requisition. So when you log in, it takes automatically your name and date. No chance that you will enter something wrong. And you have to choose whatever the goods I am providing, whatever the services I am providing. You cannot choose whatever you want. Like that, in my branch, 100 employees are there. I am a manager. I will come to know end of the month what are the services I have given to this branch and how much expenditure has come for me. What are unnecessary expenses? For example, printers are repeatedly coming, and end of the month we invested a lot of expenditure on the printer. Let's change the printers. Instead of repairing that, let's change the printers. When you will come to know, when you see your accounts, end of the month or end of the quarter, end of the half yearly or end of the year, so their procurement is required. Okay, so that will be connected. So whatever the client is there, that they will go for select. Okay, then your email ID, phone number, and general objective, that up to your requirement you can put it. These all are general options, and we are not going to mention any HRMS here. We'll put it only finance and supply chain management reports. Purchasing, procurement, no problem. Anywhere procurement will be there. So yes, that way we can tell. But 99% whatever the client names I am giving, that will be manufacturing industries. Manufacturing means definitely they need finance and supply chain management, HRMS and all. So no chance that cross question from the interviewer. Better put it that. Otherwise, if you put a bank, why order management is required for banking client? They won't sell any goods, right? So why this module is implemented and why you have involved? Still, of course, you can tell, maybe you can tell that the bank has started another legal entity to sell the goods. Whatever you tell, the interviewer has to remember. But it's better to keep safe side. Put it some manufacturing clients. Zero. No. No. Whatever modules you mentioned in your resume, in your profile, that definitely they will ask you. Whatever modules you are going to put it in your resume, that definitely they'll ask you. Okay, so that's first part. I hope you are clear, like objective and skill set, as I told here, right? So this, go through it, responsibilities, right? Summary. This way you have to prepare it in first way, and after that we will go for having the skill set, put it here, and like tools and other all, and client names, as I told, contact Mr. Naresh personally, he will give you, because we are not going to make it as a public. So call Naresh and send an email, immediately he'll reply it. Naresh. Okay, and the moment when we give, let's say I will give you I'm Omega, so you have to go to iOmega website, you have to search for iOmega and right, Amazon, iOmega Electronics, iOmega store, right? Then you got some idea, okay, what iOmega company. So what these people will do it. You have to write at least 2-3 lines about this company, what these people are doing it. So basically iOmega, now you got clear, right? So iOmega is one of the digital servers providing and storage centers or whatever it is, electrical goods manufacturing and services company. To they have a business in US and UK countries and Europe countries, and also online business. To maintain their business transactions, they are implementing Oracle applications, financials and supply chain management. In that, I have involved as a technical consultant in this project. So that's what the description you have to mention here. In the project description, you have to specify. Client is nothing but, for example, iOmega, and implementation project, Oracle Apps R12, 12.1. Recent means 1.6. You have to specify. That is the latest version. Make sure that if you say I'm implementing 12.1.1, why you are implementing this is old version now? Latest versions client will implement. So you are telling that in this project you are working last 1 year in 2016. It's last, I think, February or some.
So when I was telling that I'm working on 12.1.1, you were looking at me bewildered. How come it's 12.1.1?
Okay, like if you wanted to know that versions, you have to go through the website and all it is. Okay, so and role and environment, Oracle Apps R12, and J developer is for OAF, right? And duration you can mention. And here that's what I am explaining. Like you have to write 3-4 lines about the company. For example, let's say Pan United. If I'll just give you the client like this. So what you have to do is you have to go to Google and say Pan United. It's one of the shipping company in Singapore and Malaysia, Middle East countries, right? That you should have that business. Okay. So to maintain their business transactions, they are into they do in the ports. It is like if you go to contacts us, you will come to know where they have business. That you have to mention. You must know that currency and other details about that country. Saying yeah, that otherwise you are working in the project, you don't know which currency you are using. Like okay, USD is common. Any country USD is there because that's a world country accepted US dollars. Okay. So that's you have to know. Okay, Pan United is one of the. They'll ask you sometimes in the interview. Tell me what is your project. I'm working for Pan United company last 1 year. Okay, what is they do? They are having a shipping business in shipping yards in Malaysia and Singapore and Middle East countries. To maintain their business transactions, they have installed Oracle applications, financial modules, and supply chain management. I involved in this project as a technical consultant. I worked on the reports, I customized, I developed, and XML reports I have built, templates, RTF templates I have done, which modules, PO model, AP model, OM model, AR model. This way you have to explain it. Okay. Then once you write 3-4 lines of coding, then you are going to mention the roles and responsibility. Any project you talk about what is your role in the project is, as a technical consultant, you are going to develop RISE components. You are going to customize RISE component. You are going to provide the support for RISE component. You are going to prepare the documentation. What are the documentation? AIM methodology. Okay. So what are AIM methodology documents we have? That we have to do it, right? So let's go to Google and Oracle applications. We'll share you the AIM methodology documents also. So like AIM methodology. In the starting class, I told you, right? You will see that MD50 and MD70, these all names, you have to do it, right? This is theory part, like knowledge area and project management process. This is all project right from the pre-sales to delivery. Definition, operating analysis, solution design, build. Here is our involvement. Definition is talked by the pre-sales guys who will talk with the client. Operations analysis also same. Solution design is done by the project managers, and building is nothing but ours. We are going to build the RISE components, and we will do the transition, and we'll be doing the production. That no need to worry about it. Is like okay. These all are implementation methodology. Okay. So definition. In the definition, elaboration, build, transition, and production. So project planning, build the required assets, conduct business architecture workshops, and prepare CRP1 workshop, conduct CRP1 workshops, conduct phase and status. This all are the things are going to happen here. And production environment, convert and verify the data, prepare full future directions. It is. You can just remember what is CRP. It is like phases, process, tasks, and all. Don't go for in-depth of that. These are the project deliverables documents, RD100, organization, requirement design. We discussed BRDs and RDs very starting class, right? That's what in overview this comes. And MD50, this is what ours. MD50 is a functional design, MD70 is a technical design. Before that, gap analysis will be done. What is gap analysis? Your functional consultant will interact with that. Okay. So this all, don't go for in-depth of this. Just remember the things, that's all. Don't go. What is we requirement? CV40 and CV60 and TE20, these names, right? Okay. You don't need to go for in-depth of this, but just if you have a time, you just read the things, that's all. We don't need to go for in-depth of it. MD70 is a technical design document and MD50 is a functional design document. You will out of this. Okay, fine. Now, then that's what we will write. We will also mention we developed XML publisher reports. We customized the templates. We developed outbound interfaces, UTL file this up. Okay, fine. Now the things comes. What components you have done? Means what reports you developed, what reports you have customized, what outbound interfaces you have developed, what inbound interfaces you have developed. Okay, so in our training, I have explained you guys that inbound interfaces are two things. One is GL interface, another one is purchase order interface, right? Okay, so next level we'll be sharing this weekend another two interfaces. One is supplier API interfaces. That video I'll share it, and this will be published in the YouTube. Same as I told, subscribe to this. Okay, so then you will be getting alert from that. And supplier AP invoice interface and order management sales interface. One by one, I will be uploading whenever I have time. Most probably by end of this week, we are going to do that. Okay, fine. These all things you can put it in your resume, not a problem. So we have explained these two, and again these three are going to be discussed. Okay, then how you can go for reports, how you can do that reports point of view is very simple. Like what reports you have uh, customized or you have developed, they'll ask you in the interview. We are mainly discussed on the PO module and AP module. We can say that I have developed requisition report. Okay, what requisition report you have done? I developed a report to know the cancelled requisitions. Any report you put in your resume, any report you put in your resume, that should be have input parameters and the query. And query means obviously tables and joins, and primary key and foreign key you have to remember, and then layout expected. These three things you should be clear. You put whatever resume in the resume, whatever report in your resume. Let's say I have customized sales order acknowledgement report. That's what you mentioned in your resume. The first question is, what is sales order acknowledgement? That you should have some idea work around that. It is there in order management module. Whenever the order is given by the customer, you have to acknowledge the customer saying that we received your order and it is going to be processed. That's a sales order acknowledgement report. Okay, fine. The report is that. What customization you have done? You have customized the report means that report is already there. Oracle has given that report. Standard report is given by Oracle, and you are telling that you have customized. What having customization? Have you changed the parameters? Have you changed the query? Have you written any formula? Have you designed the layout? Have you customized the layout? This is what the questions they'll ask you. Simple way is, I have customized the layout. The client requirement is different, and I have designed this in RTF format in XML publisher. Oracle has provided in RDF reports. I have designed in the XML publisher RTF template, and it's done. That way you can go for it. Okay, so then they'll ask you, okay, what tables are there in sales order? Then how you have to find is, for every project at least 3 reports are enough. So you are putting total 3 projects, right? 3 projects means how many reports you have to be clear? 9. Each project 3. 3 projects means 3 multiplied by 3, it is 9, right? So purchase order module bring 2 reports. AB module bring 3 reports. Inventory module bring 2 reports. OM module bring 3 reports. Inventory AR module bring 2 reports. And now I would like to put it in order management module. Let's go to order management. Already we have discussed about order management. Once. Ah, Okay. So now go to order management module. First, what you have to do is go to the reports. Go to SRS window. Pick 3 reports, 2 or 3 reports, whatever you are comfortable. Okay. And let's say these are the reports are given by Oracle, right? Don't go for import data, something session data. Those are nobody will customize. Only RDF files. See, create internal orders, requisition import. These all are data transfer and all. Okay. For example, show sales orders. It is showing the sales orders, and Oracle has provided some fields, some parameters, right? These parameters. A client says that I don't want these parameters. You have to remove some parameters, or you have to add some parameters. That we know how to add parameter, how to use token, how to use value set, how to use default types. This, okay, and take this program. Once you take the program, what you have to do? Go to. I'm just explaining you how to write in your resume, right? So you are telling in your resume, customize to show sales order report. Then definitely they'll ask you, it is in order management. This is a procedure. This is a procedure. This is not RDF. This is a procedure. So obviously, you have to know that procedure, right? Copy this executable short name and go to executable and search for the short name. And this is what your package given by Oracle. How will you open the package? Enter in the toad, press F4, press F4. F4 is a describe. Okay. We discussed already error buff and red code is required for any PLSQL procedure. Then after that in parameters will be passed. Then you have some logic. And here you will come to know your tables. People who has completed the course knows about OE order headers, right? And they knows about this. And we already discussed this every batch fnd file dot put underscore line fnd file dot output. Okay, this output and having some if statement and OE order open the customer, something like it's trying to get the sales order information and all. Okay, so that anyway, that's a procedure. We don't want to continue with that. Close. Let's go to again order management. Don't input this type of things. Import statistics. I'll just show you what type of reports generally. You can get some of the things from here also. We go to reports, run reports. We go to run reports here and select cancelled order report. Cancelled order reason details report. When you say there is a word report, that you can go for say in your resume. Already report is there. Right. So this report we would like to go for customize it. So when you say these are the parameters are given by Oracle and take this program, how will you find go to system administrator? This is what your executable short name, executable, and this is what your RDF file name, which application it is located, order entry, right? Go to server, ONT, order entry stands for ONT, 12.0.0, reports, US. What is your OEXO, OEXO, EOCR, OEXO, EOCR. This, copy this report, put it on your desktop, open with report builder. Don't say that we have customized in RDF. Tell that I have designed the template, XML template and BI templates. No chance RDF. No way. Last 3-4 years, no one is using the report builder, but we are just knowledge purpose. We are going for reports. So always try to prepare XML and BI. Don't open report builder. Just to read the RDF enough.
But like basic reports, we initially build in report builder and then we register here.
No, we'll build it in SQL also. Even report builder, if you are going to build it, it's a query, select statement, not the layout, right? Layout is in template, RDF and RTF. So when you are working with XML publisher, what happened? RDF and RTF combination, SQL RTF combination, procedure RTF combination. This all comes under the data source. What is meant by data source? Select statement. Selecting the data from the database. In report also you are writing a query. In a script also you are writing a query. In procedure also you are writing a query. And once you select the data, you have to show to the client in a proper layout that you are designing in RTF XML template. Three should be perfect. And one more is data definition that comes as a BI publisher. Data definition to RTF. This all four you should be clear. Last time we discussed two things, report and procedure. Both SQL and data definition also I have given the documents to go through it. Okay, don't develop 10 reports or 5 reports or 100 reports. First be clear with the process, that's all. In the interviewer, they'll ask you the theory part only. That's why you have to be clear with all the options theoretical. Maybe 1 or 2 reports you will do that sample, that's all. Don't go beyond that, it's waste of time. Now we are trying to open existing report. And I'm explaining you right now I'm explaining how you are going to understand, how you are trying to understand one report. Okay, so this is the report, right? And this report is designed by Oracle, and this is the data model, and this is the query. When I open the query, I will come to know what tables are used. These queries are, when you see initially, it will be very complex, like look and, but you need to spend at least 30 minutes to 1 hour time on the query. It's required. This will improve the confidence level. Once you do like this 5 to 10 reports, then automatically you can do. Next time the report will not take that much time. Very first time only 30 minutes to 1 hour it will take. Now I can say, see, OE order lines history table is there, OE order lines is there, OE order headers are like this, right? I want to know what is the link between the headers table and salesperson table. Salesperson, where is RA sales rep cell? OE order header cell, what is the short name? H. And RA sales rep cell, what is the short name? SR. Now go to here in where class, here it is. H dot sales rep ID. H is nothing but OE order headers dot sales rep ID equal to SR dot sales rep ID. Sales rep ID is the primary foreign key relation between the tables. And you are using outer join. Outer join means sometimes sales rep ID will be there, sometimes it will not be there. So even though we want to get it matching and also unmatched records, that, and you want to find what are the orders which are cancelled. So in line level, LH is nothing but OE order line history. This table will have the history type cancellation. Definitely, if you put your resume in this report in your resume, customized cancelled sales order report, how will you come to know your order is cancelled or not? Here is the answer. We have to go to the table OE order lines history. In that there is a column called cancellation by user. If you don't put this report in your resume, they won't expect the answer like this. All of a sudden they won't ask you, tell me, how will you come to know that payment is cancelled or not? I have not done that report. How I will come to know everything? This is a ERP is a version, right? But whatever the things you have mentioned in your resume, you should be responsible for it. You said very clearly, I have customized cancelled sales order report. Then without knowing how the order is cancelled, how the order is created, and how to find whether order is cancelled or not, how can you customize the report? That's what the people will ask. So whatever the components you are putting in your resume, you should be responsible for that. For example, in your resume says that developed quotations report in PO module. The first question is why you need to develop, already report is there. Quotations report is given by Oracle. Why you have developed? Then you have to tell some story like the requirement is different. Client want it in RTF template. They don't want to go with Oracle standard format. We have to write some more queries and layout is different. So instead of customization, better to go for development. That's why I have developed. Okay, you developed which reporting XML publisher. Okay, quotation, types of quotations, bid catalog standard. How many levels, headers, lines, and shipment? What tables? PO headers, PO lines, PO line locations. What data you have displayed? PO quotation number, quotation type, from which supplier we received, from which site we received, item name, quantity, price, ship to. Like this, you have to be clear. As I told earlier,
So for
when
that,
you
when you mention a report, like you have developed a new report, you have to first check whether that report is there in the
even if it is there, no problem. If you say that the requirement is different, then they have to accept. There is Oracle report that is in HTML format, but client wanted in MS Word PDF format with their company logo, header and footer having some images under. Then what they'll do, they have to accept it, right? So instead of customization is taking long time. Instead of that, better to go for new build. So we done it in that way. We can tell, then really there, no problem. But the way you give the explanation of that report, what parameters, what query, what layout, that output should be useful. It's not like, okay, we selected and out. Whatever the report you have developed, the client is investing some money on that, right? He is giving some money to the software company. So that report should be useful for them, right? That report should be useful for them. So obviously, your client should will expect something. Now, here I am telling quotations report. Quotation report will be helpful like end of the week, I want to know what quotations we have received. Okay, so that I wanted to see that. So then report is required. For a particular item, what quotations we received. Last 6 months like that. Okay, so that way we are going to discuss. Okay, so that's the way of understanding this whole idea, right? Any doubts here right now? Any doubts are there? Let me know so that we can have a discussion.
So when you're developing actually a report, P2P and OTC cycle are like part of the report development. Like it's part of the process.
Yeah, like whatever you take it, right? Whatever you take, any report, it may be O2C cycle or P2C, P2P cycle. It will be finance and finance as well as the supply chain management. It can be any models they can provide it. It is.
Sir, in some interviews,
Tell me.
some people take the interview, they ask which is your strength. Like sometimes you mention it's like RTL, SQL, or reports.
Yeah, that we have to say I'm comfortable with all RISE components. Whatever they are asking, we can say we are comfortable both. All RISE components, reports, SQL, PL, SQL. But you can, like most of the things we'll be doing on the reports work will be there more in the real time. If you say I'm comfortable with reports, indirectly you should be clear with the SQL. When you are clear with SQL, anything can be done. Data interface, data loading, data extraction, all the things can be. See, Oracle applications interviews will be starting with SQL, PLSQL. Then reports where I will say XML and BA, and then Oracle apps technical, right? And technical reports registration, and whatever the syllabus we have discussed, like a regular day to day, right? My classes, it's mandatory. We cannot skip any of the concept. We have to go with all the concepts here. It is fine. Any other doubts? Yes. OAF, we say that we have involved in OAF personalization, and also I have developed new pages, and I have registered OAF pages in Oracle applications. Then they'll ask you, tell me what pages you have developed. Have you developed in PO module, or have you developed in AP module? Generally, we can say, I developed OAF pages in the custom module. Custom is nothing but a new module. So new module, they will not expect, okay, why the requirement is not, they will not ask you all the things. Okay. Then they will tell you, they'll ask you into the subject. Very introduction only, 1 minute, they'll ask you why you done all these things. Then they'll enter into the subject. Then they'll come to OAF. In OAF, tell me how will you build one page? What is view object? What is entity object? What are the table registration? And what is controller? What are the methods we have? And how will you call one OAF page? How will you deploy the OAF page in Oracle Labs? How will you do the personalization? What are the profiles are there in OAF personalization? When you are, what, tell me the example for OAF personalization. So this, I have given 1 or 2 examples, right? Right, when you are explaining, right, that I have given last time hint, go through the blogs. There are a lot of blogs well written, Oracle applications, OAF personalization, right? Okay. Now once you write it, Oracle applications framework personalization, don't go for Oracle websites, because there are a lot of PDF and all things will be there. That's not required for us, right? So how to enable personalization link, go for this. So where you will see, like, you have to be on the net regarding that. Okay. And you have to learn more things, like we are uploading into the YouTube, right? The same way other people also will be uploading. So that also you have to be always subscribe to retail it. Let's say Lead Technologies is there. So they will be also uploading some sessions about Oracle applications. If already you know the session, don't worry. See, OAF applications framework, there are 18 videos. We have covered a lot of examples. At the same time, some more examples also covered. XML report integration. This we are not covered. How to integrate the XML report with OAF pages. So obviously this will be helpful. Same thing you will put it in your resume. I have integrated a XML report in my OAF page. Then definitely they'll ask you, right? So I will not be able to cover each and everything, that is right. So then definitely, so those people also, like people who has done that, they'll be also learning from our RTL online training. So this way we have to improve our skills. Once you put a resume, the next step is you have to enter into the YouTube and blogs and try to read, because you are already know the basics. You are on some platform. In initial stage, if you go, you cannot understand nothing, because that's a class which is going on, right? So today when I am starting and I am going to open the report and explain about orders and tables, maybe your batch cannot understand. We don't know what is OE order lines, what is OE order. You know it, right? This already we discussed O2C cycle. That's the thing. Like, we completed the course and we are clear with the basics. The moment when it is clear, like, I may not be able to cover 100% maximum subject. Then remaining things you have to go. Okay. But we no need to go for each and every. There will be a 40, 50, 100 sessions will be there, right? No need to go for all, like a couple of things. The moment when you see 10-15 minutes, whether you are able to understand, if you are able to understand, go through. If you are not able to understand, stop it and leave it. It's not like you must learn that. I don't know about XML integration. I never done in OAF page, right? So it's not like everybody must know it, right? So in the interview also they will ask you, have you integrated XML report with OAF? No, I have not done any time. At least do you know how to do that? Then go through the video and that. In the resume it is. Okay. So that's the way of doing it. We'll be doing that also, no problem. Okay. So that's why we'll put it way of personalization or whatever it is. Yes, any other questions?
So this is actually a hypothetical situation that I face in my real life. If you have worked for a certain number of years in a particular domain, like for example, I work in testing domain, and then I wanted to shift to Oracle applications technical, then what should be the kind of explanation that I must give to the interviewer?
That's why, see, your resume is showing that 3 years of experience in Oracle application. The first question is like how many projects you done in 3 years? 3 projects. Implementation 2 and 1 is support. Okay, present implementation. Yes, implement. Who is your client? Pan United Shipping Company. We are having business. Okay, what modules they have implemented? Finance and supply chain management. What is your role? I worked with P2P cycle, O2C cycle, reports, customization, inbound interface, data loading, data extractions, OF personalizations, OF new pages development. Okay, tell me what XML reports you developed. I developed a catalog RFQ report. What are input parameters? Like this is the way of discussion, and our training will be going on, and your interviewer also will be doing. Whatever the things you are mentioned in your resume, you should be clear. Each and every line, you should have explanation. Each and every word, you should have a theory. You mentioned something like I have developed some master detail report. Definitely there will be a question. What report you have developed? What was the requirement? You should have a story in your mind and you should tell that.
So it's like you have actually initially when we are developing, we are creating the resume, we must have basic, you must mention points in the resume which are like basics of Oracle Apps Technical. And as we learn more and more, we can just include those points in it.
No, it's not like, see, I'll right now I'll just write here. I'm saying that developed OF page in custom module means new module to call or to call the XML template. At this right now 9:25 is the time. I don't know how to call the XML report from the OF page. Already I have seen this video. Let's go through. How many minutes is there? 45 minutes. By 10:30 you should be clear. By 10:30 this line you should be clear. Put it as a color mark. That's like this. By end of 3-4 days, your entire resume should be in color mark. Don't go there and start development of OA page. It takes 3 days for each line. Then you will be doing a semester. You are doing MTech or something. That is not thing here. Yeah, here the thing is like this you have to do. If you start like we have developed, see, we developed already OF pages. Already in the course we developed around 5-6 pages. We have done a lot of other things, but whatever you are going to see, next line is there, customization and LOV in the procurement through Vivo extension. This we have done, how to customize the personalization. List of values we have done in the OF. So that you don't need to do again. You have learned it in our course. So you have to just go through maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So by when your resume is going into the market, or when you are like nowadays, as we know that once you upload the profile, at least 1 week to 10 days time it's going to take to get a calls. So at least by that 1 week, take it. By 1 week you should be clear. Don't put anything which you don't know about that particular line, at least for current project. Previous project, if you put something, okay, I developed OF page and I called some PLSQL procedure, They may ask you, okay, you said in the previous project you developed one OF page and where you called one PLSQL package. Tell me about that. I done it 1 year back. I don't remember much about that particular component. But still, you should not tell that answer. If you don't remember, then why you mentioned in the resume? In the resume you mentioned means you know it, right? Yeah, resume is the replica of your mind. Resume is replica of your mind. What you know in your mind, that you are putting it. Whether it is you done it or not, theoretically you should be clear first. Practically, if you have a time, if you are a genius and if you have a research, do it. No problem. Okay, theoretically you should be clear. Some of the things practically also we should be clear. It is like, yes. Any other doubts here? Interface is possible for, no, OF is a pages, right? Interface is a program. No way that we will integrate with OF is a separate component. Forms you will build to do the data entry. Interface is data loading. No, that is different. ADF you can zero. No way related to Oracle apps. ADF is for fusion applications. For OAF, that is going to be advanced. ADF you cannot deploy in Oracle apps. That is not for Oracle apps. You have to go for ADF, means Oracle Fusion. That is different. Oracle applications and OAF is a combination.
ADF is different from OAS.
Tool is same. JDeveloper. Maybe some clients they want. It is impossible to go with the both. By using JDeveloper, OAF you can develop, ADF you can develop, MEAF you can develop. Oracle Applications Framework, OAF pages, Application Development Framework, Mobile Applications Framework. This is 100% for Oracle apps. This is 100% for Fusion. OAF will not work in Fusion. Exclusively Oracle apps. These two things are for Fusion. ADF is a separate course that you have to spend at least 30 to 40 hours. Sometimes, obviously, they will ask, we cannot go for each and everything. Right? So, that is a different scenario. Yes. Any other doubts?
They will not ask any questions on workflow.
No, workflow, we are not going to put it. If you learned already workflow, then put it, no problem. That they'll ask you. If you don't mention, they will not ask you. Okay, fine. This you can go ahead, and again we are going to have a session on Saturday. Project Saturday or Sunday, definitely will intimate through WhatsApp. Okay, this video file will be uploaded mostly tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be uploaded, not today. So this weekend again we'll take some more examples, and interfaces and all will develop and upload it themselves. Okay, fine. Thank you. And any doubts are there, please contact Naresh regarding that. Still any project resume and all, still come to the office, so we'll clear it. Thank you. This weekend again we'll take interview questions is based on your resume. As I told, like general, what reports you have done, reports development and customization. Reports, we are not able to see that Excel sheet. Where is it? Syllabus, right? Yeah, syllabus process. Here no interview questions. How will you register a report? Default types, value sets, error buff red code, FND file, put underscore line. What is error buff? What is red code? What red code returns? 0, 1, 2. 0 means success, 1 means warning, 2 means error. How will you register SQL plus? Ampersand 1, ampersand 2 parameters. SQL loader, control file, bad file, discard file, control file syntax. Skip this. And these are, man, here is the questions. What are requisition tables? What are quotation tables? What are types of purchase orders? What is blanket purchase agreement? What are the types of invoices? What are the types of payments? What is the difference between credit memo and debit memo? How will you transfer the accounts from AP to GL model? And order management types of sales orders. What is O2C cycle? What is P2P cycle? What is PO model flow? Definitely, they are the questions. These all profiles, multi-arc, this all we have already discussed. Here, no chance. In Oracle applications, each and every point in my training is an important question. You no chance that this is not important. This is each and every point is important. My class folder, my videos, my sessions is going to give you 80% of interview questions. 20% are dynamic. Depends on your resume preparation, what you mentioned in the resume. They'll ask you the questions. Okay, fine. So this weekend again we'll meet the batch and we'll intimate, and the meeting ID will be also informed that. Okay. Thank you.